Hi, my name is Aviva Dunsiger. I'm more well known on Twitter as @grade1, and I was asked to share a little bit about setting up the classroom and the first couple of days of school. The first couple of days can definitely be challenging ones, and as someone that teaches grade 1, 2, I know that setting up those routines is really important. I usually actually have the students bring in all of their supplies right away into the classroom, and we start putting things away. We start deciding about where students are going to be sitting. Some teachers like to assign desks or assign tables. Others let the children have some control over that. Regardless of which way you're going to do it, it's important for them to know where they're going to be working, where they're going to be eating, and what kind of areas there are in the classroom. I also try right away, even before school starts, to go out early, meet the parents, meet the students, start talking to some of the students in the classroom so that they can feel comfortable with you. As a teacher that teaches young students, it can sometimes be really hard for them to let go of their parents at the very beginning of the school day. So being out there and starting to make that transition earlier will make it easier for them to come into the school with you then when the bell goes. As a previous kindergarten teacher, I actually got a little trick from another kindergarten teacher that I know that works miracles. Anyone who's in kindergarten, the biggest problem is usually tears, and that usually starts off the year. So I had a little trick called Happy Bubbles, and basically I went to the dollar store and I bought little tiny containers of bubbles, and I told the students that they were magic bubbles. So when students were crying, 3 little blows of the Happy Bubbles would make all the tears disappear. And I don't know how it works, but no matter what kind of situation, no matter how upset the student was, 3 little blows on those Happy Bubbles and all the tears disappeared. So I would definitely have some of those available if you're teaching the younger students too. The other thing is, I think it's good for the students to get to know each other, share a little bit about what they've done over the summer, but at the same time getting into the routine, helping them set up the classroom rules, letting them discuss the things that they think are important to them. If you're going to have literacy centers or math centers, starting to set those up too so that they know what that routine looks like. If you're going to be doing the daily 5, then figure out how you're going to be starting. Are you going to be starting with the read to self? Try to have a short little piece of time for them to be reading. Make sure they know how to access books. Make sure they know what to do if the book is too hard. Where can they go? What can they do? Who can they ask for help? And get them to give you some suggestions, because no matter what ideas you have in your head, you'll be surprised at how many good ideas they have to share too. So I think really starting off that routine will help, because then the students become comfortable with what to expect at school. They get excited to come back to school because they know what to expect. And often young students in particular, they really need the routine as much as we do too. So really trying to start things off on a positive note, but starting right away is great. And then at the end of the day, going out, saying goodbye to the students, touching base with the parents is always wonderful. And in fact, after the first full day of school, I always call all the parents, let them know that it was great to have their child in the classroom, try to think of one positive thing to say about their child too, so that you can open up those lines of communication, and then ask the parents if they have any questions, because it can be really hard for parents to let go of their students too, of their children. And I think that it's important to really establish that good relationship from the beginning. I also try to pick a couple of students each day that I'm going to make sure from the very beginning I'm going to sit down with them, I'm going to read with them, I'm going to play a few little math games with them, and really get a feel for where they're at academically, so that I can get started to designing a program that works best for each of the students. And I think that if you have in your mind that you're going to see every child every day, it can quickly get overwhelming. But if you pick 4 or 5 to concentrate on a day, then by the end of the first week, you will have seen everybody, and you will have a really good idea of the needs of the class and where the students are at, and what you can do to design the best possible program for your students. I hope that helps, and if you have any questions, please feel free to tweet me at @grade1. Take care. Bye.